Hey, math, it's time for math again. Okay, today, when we do our lesson, you are going to need your strip that has your centimeter cube. Remember, I had you make a strip of paper and you colored in your lines because each line is 1 centimeter cube. So some of you may have college ruled paper and some of you may have wide ruled paper. It's okay if it's off just a little bit based on your paper. I'm not going to count it off. I understand that measuring on a computer screen is really hard with a piece of paper. I understand that, okay? We are going to need your paper today. So if you don't have it, go find it. And if you do have it, get ready, okay? All right, if you don't have it, you can pause it. If you need to make a new one, pause the video, whatever you need to do, okay? Then push play and we'll keep going. So let's look at what we're doing today. We're doing lesson 9. I can answer problems about lengths of 2 different objects measured in centimeters. Remember, this is a centimeter cube. This is a centimeter on our strip of paper. And yesterday we talked, or not yesterday, maybe the day, can't remember which day we talked about it, but we talked about using a ruler that had centimeters on it, okay? So we are gonna, you know what? Let me see if I can find a ruler with centimeters on it real quick. All right, guys, I found one. Mine looks a little different than what hers did. Mine's yellow, but you can look, and right here, that says inches, but if we flip it around, this side is centimeters. So if I see my cube and my centimeter, let's see if I can line it up and see it's 1 centimeter long. So we figured out we can use a ruler with centimeters. We can use centimeter cubes. We can take a piece of paper that has lines on it that has centimeters, because we know that this piece of paper had centimeters. So we have different ways we can look at this, okay? So we're becoming inventive when we measure things since we're at home and we don't have all of our supplies. So let's look at what you're gonna do to warm up your today. You have a sprint in Google Classroom, so if you need to pause, set your timer for 2 minutes and go work on your sprint, see how many you can get done correctly. Remember, you're either going to get A or B. I'm not sure which one you're going to get. But look at your signs, okay? These are addition. Make sure there's none that are going to switch to subtraction. So make sure you look at it. Watch for your signs, okay? You can either do it right now, pause this video and go do that, or you can wait until the very end of our lesson. It's up to you, okay? So go do that. 2 minutes. Many as you can done correctly. All right, and I'm going to switch up here to get ready for our application problem. All right, if you are ready to do the application problem, I don't know if my hat will stay on today, guys, because I got my hair up in a ponytail. I don't think it's gonna look weird. That's okay. I look weird all the time anyway. Okay, what do good number detectives do? We read through the problem, but guys, guess what? You need your whiteboard or some paper to write on, something, because you're going to solve this today, okay? So let's look at our problem. Let's read through our problem like a good number detective. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Corey buys a super cool extra long crown that is 14 centimeters long. His regular crown is 9 centimeters long. We're going to use centimeter cubes, or in our case, or paper, to find out how much longer Corey's new crown is than his regular crown. Write a statement in a number sentence. Okay, now before we look for clues, what did it tell us we have to do? We have to write a statement and a number sentence. So I'm going to actually highlight that in red because that means we have to do it, right? A statement and a number sentence. Whoop. Oh my goodness, let's try that again. That was crazy, wasn't it? All right. That's better. Okay, now we can go back and look. What's our question? What is our question telling us that we have to answer? It says use centimeter cubes to find out how much longer Corey's new crown is than his regular crown. So our question is, how much longer Corey's new crown is than his regular crown? Okay, so that's what we're trying to answer. So let's go back and look for clues. Now I'm going to read it line by line. Here we go. Corey buys a super cool extra long crown that is 14 centimeters long. 14 centimeters is going to be my clue. So let's highlight that. His regular crown is 9 centimeters long. What's my clue there? 9 centimeters. Then it says use centimeter cubes to find out how much longer Corey's new crown is than his regular crown. Now, did that give us any clues? Kind of. It wants us to use centimeter cubes. Now, we know we don't all have centimeter cubes, and that's okay because we know that this paper strip is the same as a centimeter cube, right? Each line is a centimeter cube, so we're going to use that. So now we got to figure out how much longer Corey's new crown is than his regular crown. So let's think, how can we write a number sentence using what we do know? We know that his extra long crown is 14 centimeters long, and his regular crown is 9 centimeters long. So what could I write? Could I say 14 minus 9 equals something? I could. Could I say 9 plus something equals 14? Maybe, because we could see the difference in how many, but let's stick with the subtraction because the subtraction is going to be the easier way to do this one. 14 minus 9. So we could do, or we could answer this a couple of different ways. We could draw out a picture of 14 and take 9 away. We could take from 10, where we split up our 14 from 9, or I mean 4 and 10, and then take the 9 from 10. Or we could draw out a picture and mark out 9. I mean, there's lots of different ways we could do this. We could count backwards from 14 to 9 or count up from 9 to 14. So I want you to figure out your way on how you want to solve this. And I'm going to show a couple of different ways to solve it while you're working, okay? So let's see. If I do the take from 10, okay, remember, if you're doing the take from 10 method, you're going to split up your T number into 10 and 4. Then I'm going to say 10 minus 9 equals 1, and 1 plus 4 that was left over. Oops, I forgot my plus sign. Or, my goodness, look at that. Plus 4 left over equals 5. So we could say 14 minus 9 equals 5. Now let's try it if I draw it out. Let's see, if I have 14 centimeters, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now I want to mark out 9 of those because we know that 9 from 10 leaves 1. And then we have 1 plus 4 more equals 5. So how much longer is Corey's new crown than his regular crown? Remember, we got to write a statement too. Corey's new crown is 5 centimeters longer than his regular crown. So did we solve this problem? Did we do everything it asked us to do? It asked us to write a number statement. Did we write a statement? Yeah, because we said Corey's new crown is 5 centimeters longer than his regular crown. Did we make a number sentence? Yep, right here. And look, we even showed different ways to do it. Now, did we find out how much longer Corey's new crown is than his regular crown? Yes, we did. We determined it was 5 centimeters longer. So good job, detectives. If you are done, you may erase your board. If you're not done, go ahead and finish up. Take your time, pause the video, do what you need to do, okay? I'm gonna pause and get us ready for our next, let's try that again. I'm gonna get us ready for our lesson. Okay, friends, we are ready to work with Miss Caitlin, I think. Let's see, I think it's Miss Caitlin. Oh, you know what? I need to turn up my volume because I know I don't have my volume up all the way. Y'all wouldn't have been able to hear it. Let's try this again, shall we? There we go.
Welcome to class, my marvelous mathematicians. It's Miss Caitlin here, ready to guide you through another lesson. Today, we are going to answer questions about the length of 2 items that you measure. For today's lesson, you will need centimeter cubes, a new crayon, and a glue stick.
Now, if you have those objects, great, you can use those. If you don't have those objects, it's okay. Just follow us along in the video. And I know we don't have centimeter cubes, so you can use your strip of paper for your centimeter cubes. I'm gonna get my box of crayons. Now, my box of crayons is not new, so I'm gonna try to find the newest crayon I have in here, maybe one that hadn't been used the most. And remember, last time I did that, I used the white one because it hadn't been used very much. So I'm gonna use that. And let's see, do I have a glue stick over here? Hold on. Hold on, guys, let me pause for a second. All right, I found one, guys. It's the perks of being in the art room. Find all kinds of stuff. All right, now again, if you don't have these objects, it's okay. Just follow us along in the video, okay? All right, here we go.
Pause the video now to collect your materials, and when you get back, we'll be ready to run. Welcome back! Mrs. Curry and I were playing a fun virtual game. We were video chatting, and I noticed she had the most beautiful desk. We decided we wanted to figure out who had the longest item on their desk. We decided to measure each item, and for every extra centimeter the other person had, they would get a point. Let's see how the game works. Mrs. Curry chose a craft stick, and I chose my favorite dry erase marker. My dry erase marker was 12 centimeters long. Mrs. Curry's craft stick is 15 centimeters long. Mrs. Curry said she got 15 points because hers was 15 centimeters longer than mine. Let's lay the centimeter cubes down and compare to see how many points she should have gotten. I have 12 centimeter cubes in my hand. Is that going to be enough to measure my dry erase marker?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. 12 centimeter cubes is the same as 12 centimeters. I'm going to lay down these 12 cubes. I want you to take 12 centimeter cubes and lay them down just like me. Pause the video now to lay down 12 centimeter cubes as I lay my 12 centimeter underneath my dry erase marker.
Now, again, we don't have 12 centimeter cubes, so you can just use your paper and count to 12 and put your finger on it.
Now I have 12 more centimeter cubes. Will that be enough to measure the craft stick? Right. The craft was 15 centimeters long. So we don't have enough centimeter cubes to completely measure the craft stick. Let me put these 12 centimeter cubes and then we'll get some more. I want you to lay down 12 more centimeter cubes right underneath your first row of centimeter cubes. It should look just like this. Pause the video now to set up your centimeter cubes.
Now, again, we're going to use our strip of paper. Now, if you have more than one strip of paper, count out 12. You can cut it at 12 and then count out 12 more. Or if you did cut a strip, count out 12 of your little strips of paper and line them up like she did, okay? If not, just keep watching the video.
Mrs. Curry's craft stick is clearly longer than my dry erase marker, so she should get more points than me. But 15 more points? Look at the dry erase marker and the craft stick. Does Mrs. Curry need 15 more centimeter cubes? She already has 12. Does she need 15 more?
No.
So either. But let's try it out to see who's right. We're going to try Mrs. Curry's way and lay out 15 more cubes. Let's see what happens. Wow, that's a lot more cubes. It's much longer than the difference of what she already has, plus what she needed to finish her measure. What should I do?
Take some of them off.
We only needed a few more to finish our measurement. So let's take away the extra cube. Now the cubes line up at the end line with the craft stick. Now I have 12 cubes and Mrs. Curry has 12, 13,
14, 15.
15. She has 15 cubes. I want you to pause the video now and add some extra cubes to your second row so it can look just like mine. I want you to make sure you're following along. Check your cubes.
Or your paper.
Do you have a row of 12 cubes? Good job. You have another row of 12 cubes. I want you to add some so that that row has 15 cubes. At the end, you should have a row of 12 and a row of 15. Pause the video now if you need to add some cubes to your second row.
Or your strip of paper.
Welcome back, my marvelous mathematician. You are doing such an amazing job following along today. I'm so proud of you. Let's get back to the math. Now that I'm looking at it, I think I know where Mrs. Curry got 15 from. It looks like she has 15 in all. Not that she needed 15 more. It's so easy to get confused sometimes. I'm glad we're working on this together. The erase marker had 12 centimeter cubes. And in Mrs. Curry's measurement, you can also see 12 centimeter cubes. But she had 12 centimeter cubes plus some more. How many more centimeter cubes did Mrs. Curry need to measure her craft stick?
Let's count them.
Take a moment to look and think. How many more centimeter cubes did Mrs. Curry need?
1, 2, 3. She needed 3 more.
I just heard it. I heard the brilliant mathematicians of the world say 3. 4 cubes is right. So now let's see how many points she should have had. How many more centimeters long does that make Mrs. Curry's craft stick to my dry erase marker?
3.
How many centimeters longer is her craft stick?
3 centimeters longer.
Yes. Her craft stick is 3 centimeters longer because she has 3 more centimeter cubes. Great, great job. Now, mathematicians, it's your turn to play. I love playing games. Grab your glue stick, crayon, and centimeter cubes. This time, we're going to see which one is shorter and by how much. First, we're both going to measure the glue stick and the crayon with our centimeter cubes. I want you to line them up just like this. Do that now before we start measuring.
If you have your objects, you can do that now. If you don't, just follow
Notice
along.
how the end points at the beginning line up. Perfect. Now, use your centimeter cubes to measure your glue stick and your crayon. I'm going to do the same. And when we get back, we'll be ready to compare. Welcome back. Did you have a good time measuring?
I did.
I know I did. Does your measurement look like mine? What do you see?
Something like that.
Which item is shorter? Point to the button below to choose which item you think is shorter. The glue stick is shorter. My question is, how much? Take a moment to count. How many cubes less does the glue stick have compared to the crayon?
Let's count them. Ready? Let's count the crayon first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for the crayon. Now let's count the glue stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how much shorter is our glue stick than our crayon? It's 1, because we have 9 here and 8 here. Look, here's 8 of them, plus 1 more make 9. So we have 1 more. It's 1 centimeter cube shorter than the crayon.
Another way I like to think of it is, how many cubes are missing? Count. How many cubes shorter is the glue stick to the crayon? It is 1 cube shorter. How many meters shorter does that make the glue stick?
We said it was 1 centimeter shorter.
That's right, 1 centimeter shorter. Now, we're closing in on the very end of our lesson. But before we close, I have a challenge for you. Mathematician, can you complete this sentence then? I can say the glue stick is 1 centimeter shorter than the crayon. If I flipped it, could you complete this sentence then?
Mm-hmm. We could say that the crayon is 1 centimeter longer than the glue stick.
The crayon is blank centimeter blank than the glue stick. If the glue stick is 1 centimeter shorter, that means the crayon is
1 centimeter longer.
I think I got it. The crayon is 1 centimeter longer. Before we close, I want to show you one more really cool thing. I'm going to show you how to use a drawing to compare using this crayon and glue stick that we just measured. We see that the crayon is 9 cubes long. Let's be more precise. 9 centimeter cubes long. So we're going to draw 9 squares that will represent the centimeter cubes. Watch as I draw. I'm going to follow the same measurement behaviors in my drawing. That means I have no gaps. Go ahead and pick up your marker and follow along with me. Draw 9 little squares, just like this.
Here's what I'm going to tell you to do instead, because sometimes when we draw our squares get different shapes, get bigger and smaller. So we can't follow our rules very well. So what you can do is you can take a piece of paper and you can, well, let me look on this side. You can see your line at the bottom here. You can make your square for this and make 9 squares. So if I were to draw, let me get a piece of paper or marker here. If I were to draw 9, I could use my line, and I'm just going to draw a few real quick. I can make it look like that. See, they're not quite the same size height-wise, but they're going to be the same size lengthwise. Okay, so you can do it that way. It'll help you see your centimeter cubes better.
Do you notice how I have no gaps, no overlaps?
No gap,
Make sure your
no
drawing is
overlap.
just like this.
I follow that red line all the
Now
way across.
we can label it C for, what do you think the C stands for?
Crayon.
The C stands for crayon. Right below it, we're going to draw the cubes that represent the glue stick. Let's draw 8 cubes right below the 9 cubes.
Same thing with here. Okay, you can draw out yours underneath it. Doesn't matter
I
how
know
tall they
8
are.
is less than 9, so I need to make sure it ends before
But they're the same
9
length.
twos. Perfect. Let's go ahead and label this with a G. Now we can compare. We see that the crayon is still 1 more than the glue stick. And that is so cool. And speaking of so cool, you are so cool for working so hard today. Go ahead and do your so cool dance. And repeat after me. My brain is great.
My brain is.
My brain will grow.
My brain will grow.
The harder I work,
The harder I work,
the more I'll know.
the more I'll know.
And that's so true. Let's head to your set. Your must-do problems today are 1, 5, and 6. Remember, you have 10 minutes to work your hardest. I had so much fun with you today, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.
Bye, Miss Kaylin. All right, so let me stop sharing for a second. Now, I don't know if you could see it very well, but I turned my paper sideways. Oops. Pause that. Turn that off. There we go. All right. I turned my paper sideways and I was able to use my lines on my paper to draw out my squares. Now, again, my squares aren't all the same height, but they're all the same length. And that's the important part right now, is that they're all the same length. Oops, I'm on the wrong side. So that way, when I draw out my squares, I can see that this one's 8 and this one is 9. And I can look and see using my lines how many more I need, okay? So when we're doing our work today, you might want to use a piece of paper, turn it sideways to help you draw it out. So let's look at our lesson today. So 1, 5, and 6. Look at the picture below. See how they're using lines? How much longer is guitar A than guitar B? So here's where you would start and count. 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines. So it's 4 units long. So I'm going to write a text box and I'm going to put that right here. I know that guitar A is 4 units long. Let's see how many is B. 1, 2, 3. Guitar B is 3. So is guitar A longer or shorter? How many units longer is guitar B? I'm sorry, I just said that way wrong. How many units longer is guitar A than B? Okay, so if this one is 4 and this one is 3, how many longer is A? Okay, so you're going to solve that and figure that out. Then we're going to come down here to 5 and 6. Now, it doesn't give you a picture. So let's take, I just realized that I have not been sharing my screen, guys. I'm sorry, let's look at number 1 again. Oh, goodness.
It's not Monday.
It's not a Monday. Okay, let's look at guitar and A and B. So here we have guitar A. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 units long. Okay, and I put the 4 right here. B is 1, 2, 3 units long, and I put a 3 down here. Now I want you to figure out guitar A is blank units longer than guitar B. So how many units longer is guitar A than B? Okay, that's what you're going to fill out for number 1. Let's look at 5 and 6. All right, use your centimeter cubes to model each problem. Then solve by drawing a picture of your model and writing a number sentence and a statement. Did you see what that said? Solve by drawing a picture of your model and writing a number sentence and a statement. So I need to see a number sentence and a statement. I understand your drawings might be a little hard, okay? But that's where your paper will come in handy. Turn it sideways. These are centimeters. Each line is a centimeter, okay? Turn it sideways to draw your squares that way. Austin wants to make a train that is 13 centimeter cubes long. If his train is already 9 centimeters long, how many more cubes does he need? Okay, so draw it out. If I have 9, how many more do I need to get to 13? Okay, draw me a picture. Give me a math sentence. Write a statement. Tell me how long it is. Okay, same thing with number 6. Kay's boat is 12 centimeters long and Megan's boat is 8 centimeters long. How much shorter is Meg's boat than Kay's boat? Draw it out. Write a number sentence. Tell me in a sentence, what's the answer? How much shorter is Megan's boat than Kay's boat? Okay, once you finish those, get your exit ticket done, turn them both into me. If you have any questions, you know what you get to do. You get to email me, ask me the questions, post it on Google Classroom. Miss Ray, I need help. Can you help me out? Yes, I can. Okay, do your best. I know it's hard to measure things on a computer. I know it's hard to draw things out on a computer. Do your best. If you need to draw it out on paper, take a picture of it and send it to me because it's easier that way. I'll grade it that way, okay? Do your best, whatever works for you guys, okay? Guys, any questions, email me. And I'll see you guys later.